So joining me in the studio now is Olivier Guitta. He's a geopolitical analyst and managing director of Global Strat. Thank you for coming in to join us. Tell us more about the steps that will ensue if and when this constitutional process is triggered.
Look, we will have as a caretaker, as you mentioned, the head of the Senate, but that is a part of the regime. And then they will have 90 days to organize elections, but under the governance of the government with the new prime minister, which is also part of the regime. So the main issue, as your previous guests say, is that it's business as usual. When you think about it, they overturned the constitution when first they decided that Bouteflika didn't need to be physically there to depose his candidacy, but also the fact that he wasn't viewed by doctors to assess the fact that he could run. And everybody knows that since 2013, he hasn't been able to speak, at least in public. So the regime and the power, le pouvoir, as we say, behind him has waited 6 years to get this situation.
And it's the people behind him that's important, the so-called le pouvoir. We've been hearing from General Ahmed Gaid Salah. Who are the possible contenders for replacing Bouteflika?
So it's been a triumvirate behind Bouteflika. It's, as you say, the head of the army, Salah, Saïd Bouteflika, Bouteflika's brother, but also the head of the security services, General Tartag. You have to remember that in the past 18 months, there's been a huge purge of people within the army, within the security services, people that were against Bouteflika, if you will, and they were in their 50s. Salah is 79, and Saïd Bouteflika has the wrong last name to run. So they will find, if you will, a puppet to basically run, but that will be part of the regime. And that's why demonstrations are going to continue, because it's just some fairy dust sent to the people.
Right, and of course, but do you anticipate that there will be a presidential or parliamentary election in the coming months?
If the regime wants to keep its power, they have to run the elections quickly so the opposition, the real opposition, cannot organize themselves.
But but really, what are the prospects for the opposition in a country where free speech is restricted and state institutions support the regime anyway?
For now, nothing, because the opposition as such doesn't exist. So they will need to build a civil society. So in the long run, Algerians are better off delaying as much as possible the elections to have free and fair elections, not elections that are basically prepared and planned and we know the winner beforehand.
As you say, people are not likely to be satisfied with this. Will there be, do the protests risk turning to bloodshed, or will it just be this continuous ebb and flow?
Hopefully we will avoid bloodshed, but you have to remember that the people behind Bouteflika have a lot to lose in terms of controlling the country, but also controlling the wealth of the country. And we might find out that a lot of the wealth has been squandered around.
Thank you very much for your analysis, Olivier Guitta.